Actually, this is supposed to look like rabbit ears, but I kinda look like a chef right now. Let's talk about how difficult it is to be an introvert in college, especially in Penn State. First of all, it's definitely talking to people and making friends. I always wonder how humans evolved from being the predators that kills elephants, tigers, to now scared of talking to their own kinds. Like, it doesn't make sense. For my case, I am a person that takes really long time to warm up. I would need at least 3 months. Yeah, you hear me right. I need at least 3 months to comfortably talking to a person and open up about my feelings. Because one thing about me, I gatekeep myself a little bit too well. I actually have a lot I wanna say, but I choose to stay silent because I am really scared of the consequences. I don't know if this is an attribute to my childhood trauma or the fact I grew up in an Asian country that repressed freedom of speech and individualistic expression. Another point is that if people don't talk to me, I talk to nobody, which is quite terrifying if you ask me, because this is detrimental to one's social life. Because right now, my socialization skill is really at the bottom. You see, this is a feedback loop. I don't talk to people because I love to keep things to myself. And then I am going to lose some social skills. The most isolated I become, the more people are going to realize that, and the more people are going to sense the fact I am an extreme introvert. So people are just not going to come up to me and ask about my days. And that's pretty much my dilemma.
Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own action.
And anyways, I have to work this out because I still need to function as a normal human being in this extroverted society. The second point I want to talk about is going to the office hour. This is so fucking painful. Or just talking to the professor. Can y'all believe in my past 3 years, I never been to one office hour? This is something I'm really terrible at doing. Here are the reasons. When you don't really know about a concept, you just don't really have a question to initiate. Another reason is that due to me having an extreme small social battery, when you have a really small social battery, just listening to other people's talk will drain you. And after a lecture, I just want to leave as soon as possible.
Bless me.
And to be honest, it's kind of fucking ridiculous if you think it that way. And I kind of wonder how I become this way. Because I remember when I was a child. Also, it might have something to do with my traumatizing high school experience about a teacher that is homophobic and racist, and she called me a pathological liar and told my parents I might be autistic because I don't like to talk in her class. And I will not make a video about that. The third point I want to talk about is fear of missing out while don't want to leave your comfort zone. Like, we all have the moment of fear of missing out, but I experience it more than anybody else. I kind of stuck in a contradictory state when I want to go out and meet more people, but I do not enjoy socializing. I don't want to miss out what other people are doing. I kind of just want to stay in my room. In my 20s, which is right now, I experience more fear of missing out than any other stage of my life. It just seems like everybody is socializing and networking, and I am falling so behind in my life. But when I finish all my class in a day, I just want to go back into my room and listen to some music, read some books, scroll some TikToks. The fourth point is that overthinking and always afraid of people might not like what comes out of your mouth. Actually, this might be just me because I know a lot of extroverts that overthink and a lot of introverts that really don't care about other people's opinion. But I did notice that this trait is more permanent among introverts. As for myself, I actually have a lot of intrusive thoughts every day. I always am scared of what's come out to my mouth might get me cancelled. Another interesting thought I always have is I always like to make up some little dramas and just me fighting with other people. Although in real life, I talk to no one. Overthinking will basically obliterate your mental health because it will prevent you from expressing yourself, and at the same time, it's going to drain your energy before you even say anything. All of your energy is used in your head by listing all the consequences, possible outcome that could happen after you speak something. I will give you a metaphor so you can understand that easily. For those of you who don't overthink, we're lucky for you. They are just like a bucket over there with a hole Like they just sit there and the water is slowly losing. And that's basically what overthinking feels like. The last point I want to talk about is being over polite. Being overly polite is actually the worst trait because it simply gets you nowhere. Like being overly polite only increases my sense of boundary. Also, I feel like being overly polite will kind of make you miss your icebreaker moment. A lot of conversation can only be maintained in a superficial level. But in order to get close, oversharing is actually necessary. Being polite will make you more likable, but it doesn't really guarantee your friendship. It will also keep a lot of the potential friendship into like a really acquaintance level relationship. Sometimes the best way to make friends is you gotta ask for help and you gotta have a very thick skin. Being overly polite means you can be a little bit fake as well, because you don't want to let other people down. So when people say something that's not funny, you act you are really interested, or you act what they're saying is funny, but people actually can't tell. So subconsciously they are going to stay away from you because they know you are kind of fake. For example, that's so funny. I love the way you talk. You just do that look genuine to y'all? Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me oversharing the fact that I am a really unhealthy version of introverts. So if you are introverts and you get offended by this video, please don't. Just remember everything I said is about me being an unhealthy version of introvert. And being introvert itself is actually really good. That's all for today's video. I will see you guys in next video. Bye bye.